a DivInc perspective, I think it's really critical, and why we actually started is to really address the need to build this ecosystem, for underrepresented entrepreneurs. And the reason being is because there's this gap of support. There's this gap in terms of getting access to human and social capital. It's a gap of really sort of understanding the pathway to building successful companies. And then there's also a tremendous gap, and probably the biggest gap is sort of like the cultural aspect where people can feel like they belong, where they can be in an environment where they can be heard and actually supported. For any entrepreneur, right, the network is really key in terms of how they're able to navigate through the ecosystem. And in particular for underrepresented entrepreneurs, a vast majority are not coming in with that network of connections to mentors, to subject matter experts, to the talent pools of developers and all kinds of creatives, if you will. For us, a big part of what DivInc is bringing is that access to that human and social capital. The community that we develop, not just within the cohort itself, but also the community as a result of our partners, potential investors, our board members, and people who are just in support of the mission of DivInc. That becomes such a critical piece of not just those 3 months in the accelerator, but what happens on an ongoing basis as people are connecting and working with each other and finding each other and really being able to help each other. So a great example of gaining access is the fact that we partner with Capital Factory and the Ion, which are considered the premier co-working spaces in their respective cities of Austin and Houston. And that is critical and very essential to DivInc's strategy and vision, because we want to operate within the ecosystem and we want to immerse our founders into the existing ecosystems. That's a win-win, and the value that is basically second to none in the industry.